Hello everyone, I'm Le Martin with today's SBR News Report, reporting from SBR headquarters. Coming up for today, Prince Albert of Monaco tests positive for COVID-19. The sports blackout continues with more events falling off the calendar. The Premier League pushes back start date amidst coronavirus crisis in the UK. NFL free agency is in full swing, while the NFL has its first confirmed case of COVID-19. We will start off our big news story of the day with a royal bombshell. Prince Albert II of Monaco tests positive for COVID-19, according to a statement from palace officials. The 62-year-old monarch is the first known royal to test positive for coronavirus. The news comes on the heels of France's statewide lockdown and after the prince himself issued virus-mandated initiatives for the tiny principality as the crisis worsens in Europe. In a statement issued by the palace, the son of Hollywood actress Grace Kelly is said to be doing well and will continue working from home while in quarantine. Speaking of Monaco, it brings us to the next big development. Formula One loses one of its prized events to COVID-19. The Automobile Club de Monaco announced the cancellation of this year's Monaco Grand Prix with sadness, according to a statement issued. Previously, it was announced that the race would be postponed along with the Dutch and Spanish Grand Prix, but the ACM have since clarified that the event would be canceled instead. In a statement citing the raft of reasons for the decision, from the unknown path of the worldwide epidemic to the uncertainty surrounding the current crisis, it was concluded that the event was no longer tenable under the circumstances. Now, as the crisis worsens in Europe, the Premier League pushes back its deadline as the United Kingdom ramps up measures against the spread of COVID-19. English football's hiatus, which includes Premier League, EFL, and women's football to name a few, extends to April 30th at the earliest, and to be fair, could extend further depending on how the situation unfolds. Of course, this throws everything up in the air, not least Liverpool's bid to end a 30-year Premier League title drought. The possibility the season would be rendered null and void hasn't been raised yet, but extending indefinitely the 2019 to 2020 Premier League season doesn't bode well. Now on to sports that's actually happening. Well, in the boardroom, that is. Still, it's something during the dark hours of the global sports blackout. Deals have already been made in the NFL. A couple of the trades that have been made are Nick Foles to the Chicago Bears and Phillip Rivers to the Indianapolis Colts. Does Nick Foles make the Bears a dangerous floater pick? Looking at odds posted from BetOnline, the Bears are currently third favorite in the NFC North. There are division futures offered from BetOnline, which includes odds to win the NFC South, as well as odds to win the NFC North, with the Green Bay Packers as the favorite at plus 125, followed by the Minnesota Vikings at plus 200. On a more serious note, the NFL has its first confirmed case of COVID-19. Earlier today, New Orleans Saints coach Sean Payton came forward to announce that he has tested positive for coronavirus. According to ESPN, Payton said he came forward with the diagnosis because he wants people to heed the warnings of government officials, stay inside, and behave responsibly. Payton further adds, younger people feel like they can handle this, but they can be a carrier to someone who can't handle it. So we all need to do our part. Fortunately, Payton does not have the serious side effects of the virus and will continue his quarantine at home until full recovery. On a lighter note, we're going to leave you with a little something to smile about during this coronavirus crisis. A lovely couple in quarantine in Italy slow dance to the song Cheek to Cheek as a neighbor projects the classic movie Top Hat with Astaire and Rogers. It is important to stay positive and to cherish your loved ones during times like these. That's all I have for you today. If you would like to read more news stories, then head on over to the SBR Newswire. If you would like to stay updated with all current events and sports betting content, then click that bell button and subscribe to our channel. I'm your host, Le Martin, reporting for SportsbookReview.com.